Hello, my name's Robert Hocking, and just like to welcome you to Buttervilla. This is Buttervilla HQ, so when you place your orders for organic vegetables from our consortium of local suppliers, you phone me normally or my wife Jill, and we take the order, collect the orders up from the other farms that we're working with and deliver them to you at your restaurant within hours of picking them. Here at Buttervilla we specialise in tomatoes, which is something that we both particularly like to eat, which is probably a very good thing. But the types of tomatoes that we actually grow here are what they call a heritage variety of tomatoes. Their heritage means sort of old-fashioned types, which many growers have actually stopped growing now because from a commercial point of view they don't produce as many tomatoes as some of the newer varieties. As you can see, there's not an awful lot of crop on these. It's late September now, so we have been picking them from about July time, so over the period of the last few months we've had quite a good crop with these. But the great thing about heritage variety tomatoes is really the taste, and I guess that's what we're really about, is to create that sort of wonderful taste which has been lost in a lot of the modern varieties. And so we're forging ahead, trying lots of different varieties. So the water that we feed our plants here comes from our own private well, and that's totally unpolluted, so it's a wonderful source of food also for the plants. I mean, most of these plants, you know, the tomatoes we've just been looking at, there an awful lot of water in there, so if you feed them with tap water which comes perhaps through the mains, which has been chlorinated and had other sorts of chemicals added, it's, you know, I think it certainly affects the taste in a bad way. Whereas the spring water, actually, the purity of the spring water comes through in the taste, and you know, the juiciness of it. You can see just with this tomato here how, you know, the juice in that is just tremendous. What a waste, eh? I bet that tastes so good. For me, I just love these. They make the best tomato sandwiches ever. I tend to eat a tomato sandwich for lunch most days this time of the year, and I've always liked tomato sandwiches since I was a little tacker. But they get better as time goes by because we're getting so much better varieties now. And this is just probably one of the best for a tomato sandwich, or just sliced as a tomato for antipasti or anything else you might want to use it for. My wife makes bread herself, and we use a great biodynamic flour, and we simply slice a couple of very thin slices of the bread, a couple of slices of these tomatoes, a little pinch of salt, a little bit of pepper. You've got a meal fit for a king. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I highly recommend that you try them when you get a chance. So remember, these Brandywine, big, tasty, available from Buttervilla. These little fellas are another variety. They're called Gardener's Delight. Again, an old-fashioned heritage variety. It's a cherry tomato. It's much smaller. They produce an awful lot more than the Brandywine as well. So for us, it's a good mixture of quality, taste, and produces a fair bit. We've been picking these since about the middle of July now, and we could probably produce them a little bit earlier. So that, you know, they have a life in the greenhouse of 2 months, 3 months, something like that. So it's wonderful, and you know, the flavours of these are great. Again, the trick is to pick them when they're very ripe. When they're in this state, this is when we pick them. We don't pick green ones that we allow to ripen up in your chillers. We get them ripe, ready for you to go. Again, they're very juicy. You can just slice one open here. You can see the sort of the juice that runs from it, oozing out of it, and God, these are intensely tasty. They're soft all the way through, so quite wonderful. And yeah, try them. That is good. Oh, never tire. I like sweets. I must have eaten several £100 worth myself when I've been picking this year. I can't resist them. I sort of pick 10 and eat one. They're just gorgeous. So, you know, sneak one for yourself, pop it in your mouth, and beautiful. Taste of summer, taste of organic, taste of gorgeous quality. Enjoy them. Apart from tomatoes, we grow a few other things here. We grow borlotti beans, which we've been trying this year, which we found quite successful. We've grown them up the side where we can't really grow tomatoes because of the angle, and they've produced a really nice crop this year, and we're very pleased with them. What's absolutely fantastic about them is the taste. They're gorgeous. and I guess to be able to pick them, you know, in what is really an Italian crop in your own little spot of Cornwall here, and enjoy them has been wonderful. You can eat them in 3 different ways really, when they're very small, mid-range through, or let them dry at the end of the season, so there's no wastage really. I mean, we eat in quite a lot of restaurants around the area just to sort of see how the standard is changing. Over the last few years things have been getting so much better here in Cornwall. There's some great places now. Fish from Lou, which is probably some of the finest in the country, is available, and is available to come from the boat to your table within a few hours. Now we're aiming to do exactly the same with vegetables and with fruits that we grow here. For many years box schemes have been available to retail customers where they pay 8, 10, whatever many pounds a week, and they'll get a box of whatever's seasonal. What we're looking to do is to do the same thing but with restaurants. This is a great little challenge, I think, also for chefs. It sort of maybe picks out the good ones from the not so good ones, because it means that each week on a sort of weekly or a daily basis you need to change your menus depending on what's available from us. So it's a challenge, but at the same time I think it's a challenge which good chefs will revel in, and look forward to producing great quality food from very, very fresh local vegetables. So I hope you've enjoyed your sort of little mini tour of Buttervilla. We don't have so much to show here at some of the other places, but we're very proud of what we do, and you know, if you're ever in the area, you want to come and see us, give us a phone, drop us an email and pop over and see us. We're only too pleased to show you around, and yeah, enjoy your chefing, and no doubt we'll be catching up with you soon. Bye.